Hello everyone, this is Nitish and we have started an initiative called Plump series which is Prelims Level Up MCQ series. Here we discuss 5 MCQs daily and this will help you in your UPSC preparation. Today is episode number 74 and I am dealing with Economics MCQ. Before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation video, you can contact to Vice Sir on WhatsApp 7200 681 675. So today's MCQ number 1 is, which of the following may increase the supply of goods in the market? Increase in the price of given commodity, increase in price of factors of production, increase in monopoly in market, increase in government tax rate. Select the correct statement. 1 and 3 only, 1 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 only, which means all of the statement. So I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question because it is a conceptual question. So the answer will be option A, that is only 1 and 3 statements are correct. Statement number 1 is correct because the price of a given commodity, that is the most important factor determining the supply of a commodity, is its price. It means as the price increases, the quantity supplied of the given commodity also rise and vice versa. It happens because at higher prices there are greater chances of making profit. It induces the firm to offer more for sale in the market. That's why the statement number 1 is correct, that is the increase in the price of a given commodity, which leads to increase in the supply of goods in the market. Now statement number 2 is incorrect because of the factors of production, that is when the amount payable to factor of production or the cost of input increases, the cost of production also increases. This decreases the profitability. As a result, the seller reduces supply of the commodity. For example, to make ice cream, firms need various inputs like cream, sugar, machine, labor, etc. When the price of one or more of these input rises, producing ice cream will become less profitable and firms supply fewer ice cream. That's why the statement number 2 is incorrect, that is the increasing price of factor of production. Now statement number 3 is correct because the monopolist may deliberately increases or decrease the supply as it suits them. So supply may increase due to monopoly in the market but not definitely. However, exercise of monopolistic power brings about a change in the supply. That's why the statement number 3 is correct, that is increase in monopoly in the market. Now we will look at the statement number 4, which is incorrect statement, increase in the government tax rate. Increase in the tax raises the cost of production and thus may reduces the supply due to low profit margin. On the other hand, tax concession subsidies increase the supply as they make it more profitable for the firm to supply goods. That's why the statement number 4 is incorrect and only statement number 1 and statement number 3 are correct. Now move on to MCQ number 2. India has asked for the review of e-transmission moratorium imposed by World Trade Organization. This statement is taken from The Hindu. In this context, which one of the following statement correctly describes e-transmission moratorium? Statement option number A. It is the provision to keep zero taxation regime on the inter-country transmission of electricity. Option number B. It is a temporary no tax clause for the trading of automobile spare parts of electric vehicle. It is a provision to keep custom duties on electronic transmission of certain services at zero. And last option, that is D. It is a value governing the trade of goods and services that is commensurate with the principle of environmental sustainability. Now I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question and write it in the comment section. So its answer will be option number C, that is the e-transmission moratorium it is a provision to keep custom duties on electronic transmission of certain services at zero. Now let's look at the explanation, that is, what is e-transmission moratorium. In 1998, WTO member countries agreed to temporarily to keep custom duties on electronic downloads at zero with periodic review. The moratorium dates back to 1998, when ministers at the second ministerial conference adopted a declaration on global electronic commerce, calling for the establishment of a work program on e-commerce, which was adopted later that year. So, from the statement number 1, that is the line number 1 from the answer, you can able to identify that the correct answer is option number C. Now, move on to MCQ number 3. In which of the following situation liquidity trap may occurs? When interest rates are very low, when consumer expect a fall in prices, when consumer invest in higher yielding bonds. Select the correct statement. 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 only, 1, 2 and 3. I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So the answer will be option number A, that is statement number 1, and statement number 2 is the correct statement. Now let's look at the explanation. First of all, we understand what is liquidity trap. Liquidity trap is a contradictory economic situation in which interest rates are very low and saving rates are high, rendering monetary policy ineffective. So that is liquidity trap. Now let's look at the statement. Statement number 1 is correct because liquidity trap occurs when interest rates are zero or during a recession. People are too afraid to spend, so they just hold on to the cash. The situation makes the monetary policy ineffective. That's why the statement number 1 is correct, when the interest rates are very low. Now, statement number 2 is also correct because another possible reason for occurrence of liquidity trap is the expectation of fall in prices by consumer. If consumer expect a fall in price, the real rate of interest can climb high even though the nominal rate is close to zero. The difficulty is the creation of negative nominal interest rate. That is a rare condition where banks would pay us to borrow us so that the spending increases. That's why the statement number 2 is correct statement. Statement number 3 is incorrect because a liquidity trap is when monetary policy becomes ineffective due to a very low interest rates combined with consumers who prefer to save rather than invest in the higher yielding bonds or other investment. Consumer avoid investing in higher yielding bonds during liquidity trap. That's why the statement number 3 is incorrect because here it is mentioned when the consumer invest in higher yielding bonds, and in liquidity trap consumer will never invest in higher yielding bonds. That's why the statement number 3 is incorrect. Now let's look at the MCQ number 4. How inclusive growth can be brought in India? Encourage job creation in the formal sector, strengthening accountability within the education sector, fostering investment by promoting responsible business conduct, empower local government to take responsibility for infrastructure project. Now you have to select the correct answer. 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 4, and all of the statements. So I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So those who know the concept of inclusive growth, they can able to answer this question. So its answer will be option number D, which means that all the 4 statements are correct. Inclusive growth क्या होता है? Inclusive growth is an economic growth that is distributed fairly across society and creates opportunity for all. That is called inclusive growth. So those who don't know the concept of inclusive growth, from the statement itself, they can understand what is inclusive growth. Now we will look at the measures which is used to bring the inclusive growth in India. That is already mentioned in the statement. So statement number 1 is correct because encourage job creation in the formal sector by reducing the administrative burden for the dismissal faced by large firms while strengthening the public employment services, training and and re-employment support. Now, so the statement number 1 is correct. Now, let's look at the statement number 2, that is strengthening accountability within the education sector and raise the quality of teaching, including through better school infrastructure. That is the statement number 2. That's why the statement number 2 is correct. Statement number 3 is also correct. Foster investment by promoting responsible business conduct and further easing restrictions on foreign direct investment. Now, look at the statement number 4. Empower local government to take responsibility for infrastructure projects and ensure that higher levels of government provide incentive for cross-jurisdictional co-coordination. That is the statement number 4. That's why all the statements are correct regarding inclusive growth. Last question of this class. Consider the following statement. Statement number 1. Leather industry is among the top 10 foreign exchange earners for India. These questions are based on your current affair. Eastern and northeastern states of India are the major footwear and leather products producing state in India. Among all the leather products exported from India in 2021 and 22, leather footwear constitutes the highest share. So you have to identify the correct statement. The options are 1 and 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, and all of the above statement. I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer these questions. So its correct answer will be option C, which means that statement number 1 and statement number 3 are the correct statements. Now let's look at the explanation. The box, which is pink in color, is for the statement number 1. The leather industry has a significant impact on the Indian economy. It is among the top 10 foreign exchange earners for the country. So the answer number 1, statement number 1 is correct. That is the leather industry among the top 10 foreign exchange earner for India. Now statement number 2 is mentioned in the purple color box. That is the major footwear and leather products producing states in India are Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Kerala, Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir. So in the statement it is mentioned eastern and northeastern state, but from the solution we can understand that except eastern and northeastern states, rest other states are included. So that's why the statement number 2 is incorrect. Now statement number 3, as we have already seen that among all the leather products exported from India, leather footwear constitutes the highest share. So from the pie chart we can understand that leather products constitute 42%. That's why the statement number 3 is also correct. And once you can also look at the solution. So here we completed our 5 MCQ. Next episode will be tomorrow. So please subscribe and stay tuned.